You know the feeling. You lie down in a quiet, dark room, exhausted from the day. But the moment your head hits the pillow, your brain decides it's the perfect time to host a festival of worries. Your heart races. Your to-do list replays on a loop. That awkward thing you said 7 years ago makes a surprise guest appearance. You stare at the ceiling, begging for sleep, while anxiety whispers a relentless monologue in your ear. This is the cruel paradox of stress and sleep. The very thing you need most to cope with stress, restful sleep, becomes impossible to achieve because of that stress. Your body's ancient survival systems are hijacking your modern need for rest. But it doesn't have to be this way. By understanding the neurological battle between your panic button and your sleep switch, you can employ powerful, science-backed strategies to calm your nervous system and reclaim your nights. This isn't just about sleep hygiene. It's about active nervous system regulation. Welcome to your guide on how to quiet a racing mind and achieve deep, restorative sleep, even when you're stressed or anxious. To win the war for sleep, we must first understand the two key players in your brain, the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex. When you're stressed or anxious, your amygdala, a small almond-shaped region deep in your brain, sounds the alarm. It's your threat detection center. In response to perceived danger, be it a looming deadline or a social worry, it triggers your body's fight-or-flight response, mediated by the sympathetic nervous system. This chain reaction involves the HPA axis, hypothalamus-pituitary-adrenal axis. 1. Hypothalamus releases CRH, corticotropin-releasing hormone. 2. Pituitary gland releases ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. 3. Adrenal glands pump out cortisol, the primary stress hormone, and adrenaline. The result: your heart rate and blood pressure increase. Muscles tense and your brain becomes hypervigilant, the exact opposite state required for sleep. The prefrontal cortex, PFC, located behind your forehead, is your brain's executive center. It's responsible for rational thought, planning, and crucially, regulating emotional responses from the amygdala. It's the brake pedal to your amygdala's accelerator. The problem with stress: chronic stress and anxiety weaken the PFC's connectivity and strengthen the amygdala's reactions. This means your alarm system becomes hypersensitive and your wise leader has less control. When you try to sleep, the PFC is too depleted to calm the amygdala's false alarms, leaving you trapped in a cycle of anxious rumination. A seminal review in Nature Reviews Neuroscience highlights that sleep and stress share a bidirectional, vicious cycle. Stress disrupts sleep by increasing arousal and cortisol levels, while sleep deprivation the next day further impairs the PFC's ability to regulate the amygdala, making you even more reactive to stress. Breaking this cycle is the ultimate goal. The distressed sleep system. This system is designed to actively downshift your nervous system from fight-or-flight sympathetic to rest and digest parasympathetic mode before and during sleep. Here's how you begin. Secret 1. The pre-bed wind-down, calming the nervous system. Your pre-sleep routine must be a dedicated practice of de-arousal, not just screen avoidance. Method 1. The 3-2-1 power-down protocol. This structured routine creates a cognitive firewall between a stressful day and a peaceful night. Abruptly switching from high-stress activities, work, intense conversations, dramatic shows, to trying to sleep keeps your cortisol elevated and your nervous system on high alert. Gradual wind-down allows cortisol levels to fall and promotes the release of relaxing neurotransmitters like GABA and serotonin. Research on psychological detachment from work, published in the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology, shows that the ability to mentally switch off from work concerns is a critical predictor of better sleep quality and lower fatigue. Your action plan? 3 hours before bed. No more caffeine or heavy meals. Give your body time to metabolize stimulants and focus on digestion, not stress. 2 hours before bed. No more work or stressful discussions. This includes checking work emails, paying bills, or having difficult conversations. Actively disengage from stress sources. 1 hour before bed. No more screens and begin relaxation. Replace blue light with a calming activity. This is non-negotiable. Method 2. The brain dump journaling technique. Trying to suppress anxious thoughts is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It will eventually burst back to the surface with force. Journaling provides a release valve. The Zeigarnik effect is a psychological principle that states, People remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. Your brain keeps looping worries to prevent you from forgetting them. Writing them down signals to your brain, "This is captured, you can let it go now." This reduces cognitive arousal. A study from Baylor University found that participants who spent 5 minutes before bed writing a detailed to-do list for the next day fell asleep significantly faster than those who journaled about completed tasks. Your action plan. 1. Keep a notebook by your bed. 2. 15 to 20 minutes before sleep. Write down everything on your mind. Worries, to-dos, ideas. 3. For extra power, add a worry time earlier in the evening. A designated 15-minute period to actively worry, containing anxiety to a specific time slot. Method 3. Progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. Anxiety often lives in the body as physical tension. PMR teaches you to recognize and release that tension. By systematically tensing and then relaxing muscle groups, you create a profound physical contrast that the nervous system registers as a signal of safety. This process also increases body awareness, interoception, pulling your focus away from anxious thoughts and into physical sensations. A meta-analysis in the Journal of Behavioral Therapy and Experimental Psychiatry concluded that PMR is an effective intervention for reducing anxiety and physiological arousal, and is particularly useful for combating the physical symptoms of insomnia. Your action plan. Lying in bed, start with your feet. Tense all the muscles in your feet and toes for 5 seconds. Release suddenly and completely, noticing the sensation of relaxation for 15 seconds. Move up to your calves, thighs, glutes, abdomen, hands, arms, shoulders, and face. Guided PMR audio tracks are widely available and highly effective. Secret 2. In-the-moment techniques for a racing mind. And when you're already in bed and anxiety strikes, you need tools to use in real time. Method 4. The 4-7-8 breathing technique, physiological sigh. This breathing pattern is a direct lever to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Lengthening the exhalation relative to the inhalation stimulates the vagus nerve, the main nerve of the parasympathetic system. This sends a direct signal to your brain to slow your heart rate and lower blood pressure. The physiological sigh, a double inhalation followed by a long exhalation, is particularly effective at resetting respiratory control centers and reducing arousal. Dr. Andrew Huberman from Stanford University has extensively discussed the science of this pattern, explaining that it is the fastest, most robust way to reduce stress and increase relaxation. It works by improving oxygen, CO2 exchange in the lungs, rapidly calming the body. Your action plan. Inhale quietly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for 8 seconds, making a whoosh sound. Repeat this cycle 3 to 5 times. Method 5. Body scan meditation. This practice trains your mind to focus on neutral or pleasant physical sensations, wresting attention away from anxious narratives. Anxiety pulls your attention into the future. A body scan anchors you firmly in the present moment by directing your focus to parts of your body without judgment. This practice is linked to increased gray matter density in the PFC and reduced activity in the amygdala. A Harvard Medical School study using fMRI scans found that mindfulness meditation, including body scans, can actually change brain structure and activity after just 8 weeks, leading to measurable improvements in stress and anxiety. Your action plan. Lying down, bring your attention to the toes of your left foot. Notice any sensations, tingling, warmth, the feel of the sheets. Slowly and deliberately, move your attention up through your left foot, ankle, calf, knee, and so on throughout your entire body. If your mind wanders, which it will, gently guide it back to the body part you were scanning. Method 6. Paradoxical intention, trying to stay awake. Performance anxiety around sleep itself can be a major source of stress. This clever technique removes that pressure. When you desperately try to sleep, you create performance anxiety, which increases sympathetic nervous system arousal, making sleep less likely. Paradoxical intention involves passively allowing sleep to come, or even gently trying to remain awake, which removes the performance pressure and reduces sleep-related anxiety. This is a core technique in cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI, which is considered the gold standard non-pharmacological treatment for chronic insomnia. Studies show it effectively reduces sleep effort and anxiety. Your action plan? When you feel frustrated about not sleeping, tell yourself, it's okay. I don't need to sleep right now. I'll just rest here with my eyes closed and focus on feeling comfortable. You can even tell yourself, I'm going to try to stay awake for a little while. Keep your eyes open in the dark and release the struggle. Secret 3. Long-term lifestyle and environmental adjustments. Building resilience to stress throughout your day makes it easier to quiet your mind at night. Method 7. Daily mindfulness or meditation practice. You can't expect to be calm at night if you're in a state of high alert all day. A daily practice builds your calm muscle. Regular meditation has been shown to shrink the gray matter of the amygdala and thicken the prefrontal cortex. Essentially, you are weakening the alarm system and strengthening the commander. A study published in Psychiatry Research, Neuroimaging found that an 8-week mindfulness-based stress reduction (MBSR) program led to these measurable brain changes, which correlated with participants' subjective feelings of reduced stress. Your action plan. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes per day. Use an app like Insight Timer, Calm, or Headspace for guided sessions. The goal isn't to clear your mind, but to practice noticing your thoughts without getting swept away by them. Method 8. Consistent exercise, but time it right. Exercise is a powerful anti-anxiety tool, but its timing is crucial for sleep. Physical activity is a natural stress buster. It metabolizes excess stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline and releases endorphins. It also increases the body's drive for deep, slow-wave sleep. The Journal of Sleep Research has published numerous studies confirming that regular moderate to vigorous exercise significantly improves sleep quality and reduces insomnia symptoms. However, vigorous exercise too close to bedtime can be overstimulating for some people due to the release of endorphins and a rise in core body temperature. Your action plan? Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days. Finish intense workouts at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Gentle evening movement like yoga or stretching is beneficial. Method 9. Optimize your sleep sanctuary. Your environment should be a cue for safety and relaxation, not a reminder of stress. Cool, dark, and quiet. Maintain the principles from our previous guide. A cool temperature 65 degrees Fahrenheit per 18 degrees Celsius. Pitch blackness and silence or white noise. A predictable, safe environment signals to the primal brain that it's time to lower its guard. Reserve the bed for sleep and sex only. Do not work, watch stressful news, or have difficult conversations in bed. You want your brain to associate your bed with one thing: rest. Secret 4. Advanced tools and mindset shifts. Method 10. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI. If anxiety and insomnia are chronic, CBTI is the gold standard solution. What it is: a structured program that helps you identify and replace thoughts and behaviors that cause or worsen sleep problems with habits that promote sound sleep. It addresses the underlying causes of insomnia. The American College of Physicians recommends CBTI as the first-line treatment for chronic insomnia. It is more effective and durable than sleep medication in the long term. Method 11. The mindset shift, from fighting to allowing. The struggle against sleeplessness fuels it. What you resist persists. Reframe the goal. The goal is not to force sleep, but to create the internal and external conditions where sleep can occur naturally. Shift your focus from "I must sleep" to "I will allow my body to rest." Practice self-compassion. Beating yourself up for being awake only increases stress. Talk to yourself kindly as you would to a worried friend. It's okay, I'm safe. My body knows how to sleep and it will when it's ready. Sleeping well under stress is not about magic bullets. It's about strategic, science-backed practices that calm your nervous system and quiet your mind. Your starter plan for tonight. 1. Implement the 3-2-1 power down. Create a buffer zone between your day and your bed. 2. Perform a brain dump. Write down your worries to get them out of your head and onto paper. 3. Practice the 4-7-8 breath. When you get into bed, use your breath to activate your body's relaxation system. 4. Embrace rest. If sleep doesn't come, use the paradoxical intention technique. Let go of the struggle and simply rest. Remember, you are not powerless against a racing mind. By understanding the neuroscience of stress and using these targeted techniques, you can gently guide your brain and body from a state of high alert to one of safe, deep and restorative rest. You can break the cycle. Tonight, choose one method and begin the journey back to peaceful sleep.